So, hey guys, this is me, Marin. Just came to the warehouse to show you about this thing that I talked in the earlier video on how can you make the magic happen. Yes, everybody would like to have like a desiccant. They look something like this, right? But in reality, not everybody can afford it as they are pretty hard to find, as they are at least double, if not triple, in the pricing comparing to a LG or dehumidifier. A desiccant, yes, it can work under 70 Fahrenheit, as we all learn in our classes when we became water damage restoration technicians. And the regular dehumidifiers, they need at least minimum 70 Fahrenheit degrees. So what can you do? You can take a small space heater, which you can buy, I don't know, whichever store, Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace, whatever, for maybe less than 50 bucks. You have power, obviously. You put it maybe minimum 3 to 6 inches where the intake is for the dehumidifier, so the air that will go in the unit will have a certain temperature. You will have to stay in there and watch this for 10-15 minutes. Make sure the intake is above 70 Fahrenheit. You don't need to put it on maximum. It's less than half of the power that you need to adjust them to, so the breakers will not fail on you, right? Same with the big guys. You can do the same thing. You can have a bigger dehumidifier. That is the intake. That is the space heater. Boom. And then you have the exhaust, right? You cannot really put a guy like that. Even this one is pretty difficult in a crawl space or different other spaces, maybe an attic or whatever. So you're gonna use something like this, right? I believe we have like a bird on the roof. Yeah, you're gonna use some ties, and then you can use some tape as well. You will see this unit, it has in here a little knob, right? So it will hold the lay flat. Lay flat is basically like a plastic tubing, right? Which you can just put in here on this guy, put the ties, the tape, whatever, secure it, and then you can take that dried air, heat it from the unit to the crawl space or wherever you need to go and do your job. For this guy, for example, the way I do it, I will take the lay flat, right? Maybe bend it for like 1 inch so it's double, right? And then I will take the bottom screws off from the exhaust, right? And then I will put this little plastic in there, okay? So you will take this screw and this screw off. You will bend this for like 1 inch to be double so it will hold together. You put it there, you put the screws back. This plastic is behind this metal screen, and then you put the screw and it will hold it there, and then you come on top. After you put these screws, you undo these screws, right? You put this in there, make sure it's just like 1 inch, not more than that, so air can come. You don't want to go it in that propeller because then you get in that trouble. And then you push this and it will hold this and it will inflate, and then you can take this air wherever you want. You can use 6 mil, right? You see what the size of your lay flat is, and you make, let's say, a smaller incision than that size in the plastic. You go through it, and then you don't have not even to seal it with tape or whatever, because as the lay flat inflates and the hole you have to the 6 mil plastic, which this is just painter's plastic to cover, so we're not gonna have like dust as the equipment sits in the warehouse, right? Because we clean them as we bring them in. Anyways, it's very, very important to do this. And again, where the intake is, right, you just set maybe 4-6 inches apart from that intake. This heater, you don't have to put it on max. Even yes, I know it's a very small heater, but believe me, it makes a difference, and it will save you money, and it makes you more efficient. Yeah, because not everybody can have like a desiccant, right? This is an LGR anyways, but it looks like a desiccant. And then this one has the intake from the top. So the only way I will say you could do it is to just put it here, and then as the air goes could help you. But due to vibrations and other things, I don't know. If you really have those units and not this type of units, I will recommend you just in the bottom of it to secure it with some tape, right? So it doesn't fall, or you know, if it doesn't have that little thing here in the bottom as a safety trigger, you don't get yourself in trouble, right? And start a fire trying to dry a property. Yeah, very, very important. Hopefully this helps to all the people in our communities that they got flooded, and I don't know, maybe the HVAC unit doesn't work, so you cannot have heat in there, and you don't have another source, you know, like those heat towers or whatever, because it's a shortage of equipment. And as we know, for example, the biggest player that supplied for this industry equipment this year disappeared after more than 80 years of life. It's about Jon-Don, and I'm very sorry to have that, but that is just what it is. This industry had been pretty affected this year. Yeah, anyways, whoever is still alive and, you know, as a business and want to do something for the community, hopefully they can apply this little tip, or maybe it's just property management people that they want to do something because nobody's in there, or they just don't have the budget to do what needs to be done. Use this little tip, but be very careful. Don't put it too close, not too far. I will say 4 or 5 inches from the intake, and you can do some magic, right? This is Marin with American Water Damage Restoration. I wish you guys a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless us all. Goodbye. Hopefully we'll see you for a better next year, and we can do better for the communities that we serve. This is Marin with American Water Damage Restoration Company, the one to call, or text 206-771-7040. Thank you guys.